Hi, I'm Warren, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, because I'm going to be teaching you how to give the best wrapped presents out of your friends and family for this holiday season. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be making gifts that end up looking something like this. I'll be teaching you a few different styles of how to do this, and it's not as difficult as it looks. All you need for this method is sticky tape, double-sided wrapping paper, and a knife or a pair of scissors. You'll also need anything that you want to decorate your gift with. The first step is to measure the paper to fit the gift properly. As you can see, I'm measuring the paper by holding it over the top face. This will be the face that has all of the fancy stuff on it. I'm then wrapping the paper around the box and covering the top face and its connecting face again. This will ensure that we have enough paper to create the fancy fold on the front. It's very important to make sure you cut straight, as it will make it easier to tell if the box is accidentally on an angle. I make sure that the fold is perpendicular to the side and create a sharp crease, which I can then cut with a knife. I found that it's easier to cut straighter lines with a knife, however you need to be a lot more careful than with scissors. Once you've finished the first cut, we need to make one more cut to size the paper perfectly. We need to make sure that the paper can both be folded up and down slightly past the halfway mark. This will ensure that there are no open spaces or gaps in the wrapping. You can see my technique for cutting a perfectly perpendicular line here, where I fold the paper over, but before I make a crease, I line up the sides of the paper to be flush with each other. Once this is done, I can make a crease and cut. Now we're making a fold which will act as the diagonal line down the front of the box where the paper changes. You can fold differently for different effects, some examples which are on the screen now. One step that I almost always forget is flipping the paper over before you start to wrap. Now we're going to wrap the gift, first by placing it face down on the paper and lining up the short side of the paper with the long edges of your gift. We want to make the paper parallel with the floor. It may be useful to place a piece of tape to hold the paper in place while you fold. It will definitely make it easier to pull the paper tight. Now wrap the paper around the gift, trying to keep each fold tight against the gift. This is one of the most important parts of making the wrapping look good. Once the paper is secured in place with tape, you can close up the edges. To do this, you need to push the bottom long side of the paper flat with the box, creasing the paper to create a small triangle flap on each side of the folded paper. You can then fold the small triangle flaps down, creasing into the final edge that's left, creating one larger triangular or trapezoid-shaped flap, which you can then finally fold down to close off the side. Repeat these steps on the other side to close off the box. Now all the wrapping is completed, we can get to decorating. If you only wanted to see the wrapping style, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and have a happy holidays. For the people who want to see how I decorated the present, I first cut out a strip of another wrapping paper to sort of make a transition between the two sides of the paper. I just wrapped this around the box and taped it to the back. I also used a rope-style ribbon in this grayish green because I thought it complemented the paper without clashing the pattern. I cut out a long piece, laid it on the face of the gift, and wrapped it around back, where I crossed the two sides 90 degrees to each other, and wrapped it around front again. To tie the ribbon, I put one side underneath the part that I laid on the front at the start, and then crossed over the two sides, like how you start tying your shoes. And then I pulled one side back out so there is a piece of ribbon on each side of the center line. This is so we can tie a knot around the center ribbon, and it will hold it a lot tighter. I then just tie a simple shoelace style knot. Finally, I take a piece of this brown paper and fold it into somewhat of a house shape, and tuck it into the pocket that was created when we wrapped the gift. I'd like to thank everybody who's made it to the end of this video. This is not something that I normally do, but I do want to start making just a bunch of random little videos in between my major projects. So if that's something that interests you, it would mean a lot to me if you liked and subscribed. It's just about the holiday season, and I always have a lot of fun when I'm wrapping my presents, so I thought may as well share my technique with you guys, so then everybody has the joy of opening a beautiful present on whatever holiday you celebrate. Thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe if that's your style, and I'll see you next time.